Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1995 computer animated classic, Toy Story, starring Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, along with comedian Don Rickles. And of course, this movie was really the first movie made by, at least first big movie that was created by Pixar, which used to be owned by George Lucas, and he sold it to Disney. And the first real major project was Toy Story, which came out in 1995, and it became such a huge worldwide hit. It started its own little mini franchise, and it created 3 other sequels. And of course, this movie, the first movie, is of course the original Toy Story, which came in 1995, and it starred 2 of the biggest stars, on television. Well, one on television and one from the movies, and that's of course it's Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. Tim Allen was huge because of his show Home Improvement, and at that time was starting to make a lot of movies for Disney, including the Santa Claus films and movies like Jungle the Jungle and Joe Somebody. He made a lot of movies, and remake of the Shaggy Dog and the Shaggy DA. He made a lot of movies for Disney, and of course he had Tom Hanks, who of course, when at the time that the first Toy Story came out, he already won back-to-back Oscars for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump. So he had 2 huge stars voicing the 2 main characters, which is Tom Hanks voiced Woody the cowboy, and he had Cowboy Sheriff. And of course, Tim Allen voiced Buzz Lightyear, which is 2 fictional toys they made up just for this movie. That's about all the other toys were toys that were famous for years and years and years, and they were featured in this movie, including Mr. Potato Head. Yes, Mr. Potato Head, not just Potato Head, Mr. Potato Head. A Slinky Dog, the Slinky Dog. Which I actually had a Slinky Dog when I was a kid. I was too young to remember, but my parents took a picture of me playing with a Slinky Dog, and I was trying to do it like this, like you would play with a regular Slinky. And I broke it because it was going like this with a Slinky Dog instead of pulling along the carpet or whatever. But they had also a little Bo Peep doll, toy soldiers. They were all featured in the movie Toy Story. Well, the plot of Toy Story, it's not much of a plot. The plot of Toy Story is, of course, toys. What happens to toys if the kid or live humans or humans are running around the toys? What happens with no humans around? And what happens is, of course, the toys come to life. And it was kind of like an interesting little premise, but the story is with the animation and like anything Disney, with the voice work, the jokes, or the inside jokes, and the voice work. But whoever actors that they have to give for the for the characters in the movie, and of course, Buzz Lightyear, of course. The 2 toys, Woody the doll, and of course the Buzz Lightyear character, they were sold all over all the Disney stores and Disney World and Disneyland and so forth. And those 2 dolls, toys, became big items for that Christmas because kids wanted them because they saw them in the movie. And of course, sales for the older dolls also took off because they were featured in the movie. Of course, what happens is Woody the cowboy, or spelling like a chef, he was Andy's #1 toy. Of course, Andy was a little kid who was, the owner of these toys. His parents bought him these toys, and he plays with them. And Woody was Andy's favorite. Now, Andy's birthday comes around, and all the toys were wondering, oh my God, I wonder if his parents bought him new toys and stuff like that. And so all the toys, when they came to life, And I should also mention one of the other dolls that comes to life is a dinosaur toy. And of course, any boy, including myself, used to have dinosaurs. I still have a collection of dinosaurs, but believe it or not, I collected when I was a kid. This big dinosaur toy, it was bigger than what the hell I ever had, and it also came to life. And all were worried and frantic that Andy was going to get a new toy and dump them for new toys, or whatever toys he happened to get. And the new toy, the only new toy they actually got was the Buzz Lightyear, action figure. And Buzz Lightyear was voiced by Tim Allen. Of course, his catchphrase was "To infinity and beyond." And of course, the toy took off. But unfortunately, Buzz Lightyear doesn't even realize that he was a toy. All the other toys in Andy's bedroom, they all knew they were toys, except for the Buzz Lightyear doll. And so Woody and Mr. Potato Head and the dinosaur and everything else were all trying to convince Buzz Lightyear that he was actually a toy. And then they said, "Oh, we're going to shoot this laser." And I said, "Oh, that's not." And Woody said, "Oh, that's not a laser. It's just like a little red flashlight in your arm there, and it goes off when you press a button." And it's like ruining all the suspending the disbelief, because it ruins all this stuff. And of course, eventually Buzz finally gets it that he was really a toy. He does eventually get it. And what happens is that Andy's family was about to move. So before he moves, Woody was kind of jealous of Buzz, because now Andy wanted to play with Buzz Lightyear instead of him. So at one point, Woody actually does push, or accidentally pushes Buzz out the window, and he falls, and he ends up landing in the neighbor's backyard. And the neighbor next door has his kid named Sid, and he likes to blow up his toys, or chop the heads off of dolls, and replace the heads, and do all these crazy experiments on these dolls. And unfortunately, he had Buzz Lightyear, and so he eventually gets the Buzz Lightyear doll. I'm not gonna say how he gets it, but he eventually gets it, and it's up to Woody and all the other toys in Andy's room to go rescue Buzz Lightyear. And that was the premise of the movie. And they eventually do get back on the day that Andy and his family move away to a new house. So now they have to find Andy, and they track him down, and they finally get back in the house. And that's basically the movie. It was like a really simplistic plot, really crazy, pacing in this thing, because of all the crazy and silliness, and trying to explain to each other that the dolls, that the toys come to life with some humans in the room and stuff like that. It was kind of an interesting premise, but was kind of funny to see these toys come to life actually, and these toys actually do have a personality, and it's really fun and interesting to see stuff like that. And of course, the animation is like top notch, the voice acting is top notch. But of course, since the memory of getting a little old to watch these type of movies, even though you're like I said at the top of this review, you have top-notch talent all over the place. It's just that the plot is like this is what the movie that became a huge hit in 1995, and this was one of the biggest money-making movies of that year. And to me, it was like. It was good, but couldn't have been better. To me, with all the money they spent on the animation and the technology to bring a CGI animated film, or computer-generated film, or 3D animated film to life, they could have done better with the script. They could have done better with the plot of the movie, and make it a little bit, better. And the funny part of it is that the dolls came to life to scare the neighbor's kid who likes to torture toys, and I thought that scene was funny. To get even with the kid that likes to blow up the toys and stuff, and but that's about it. I mean, except for that one scene where it comes very, very late in the movie. And of course, the other best scene is the chase scene where Buzz and Woody try to get into the moving van. To me, those were the two best scenes in the movie. I mean, actually, the other scene is also not bad. Was the scene where Buzz and Woody first meet and said, "Oh, I come and Buzz Lightyear, come in peace, and to infinity and beyond, and all that type of stuff." And those were the three. To me, those were like the three highlights for this movie. But other than that, I thought it was, with all the money they spent on making the Disney spent making these Toy Story movies, and eventually we're going to get into the other Toy Story in another review, which hopefully you'll do today. That's the only thing that was worthwhile watching is the animation and the voice acting. It's always top notch from Disney, but the plot was, to me, it was a little thin, and for a Disney movie, it was like too predictable for me. It's too predictable for me, in my opinion, for the way it is. But I'm not saying it's not a bad movie or it's not an entertaining film, but it's just too predictable for me. And the plot was maybe slightly too thin for me. But that's my only complaints about Toy Story. Other than that, I mean, it was a good movie, but I thought it was a little bit too thin. The plot. So that's my review of the movie Toy Story. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and not only on my YouTube channel, but at rowdyc.com. It's OWDY. And at c.com. That's the homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore. And please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.